Believe me, it's not you rushing me. Denver Broncos, you, no commercials, no bullshit. This is an emergency broadcast coming to you like a rocket out of the Mile High City onto your desktop, your phone, whatever you got there going on. So we got some things that we got to discuss. I'm going to be going on a family kind of thing, so I won't be here for the first preseason game against Dallas, or even the we want to examine Dallas, their point of view, and see, so I'm going to leave that to Colby to kind of give reports. I won't be reporting till I get done with the family matters. So, it seems like we are constantly, for a couple of living in our basement dwellers, our parents' basement, it seems like we have more insight than 8 channels babbling about this and babbling about that. But when you're actually focused on reality, instead of trying to move an agenda along, so we started off, or Colby started off with doing video on a linebacker, Jonas Griffith, and turns out right after that drops, what does the Dove Valley do? They go out and talk to a has-been, former Steeler player, who's kind of past his time. It's Band-Aid, Band-Aid, Band-Aid. Then what happens? I discuss the ownership situation, and my last video, because all these people that are supposedly all-knowing, you come here and say that parents' basement, yet you just have nothing to offer. You mindlessly sit with drool coming out of your mouth. Tell me what I need to know now. You have no thought of your own, because you've shut your brain off. You just, okay. Thanks for telling me what I need to think today. I talked about Courtland Sutton, the importance before this injury happened. I talked about the importance of Courtland Sutton a year removed from rehabbing his injury and how important that would be. You didn't hear that. So you got 8 channels babbling on about Jerry Jeudy, who now is going to be covered by better corners than he was. He's already shut down last year as the third wheel. Now you're going to ask him to go and take on much better coverage. I'm predicting bogus pass interference calls, anything to prop this corpse up. Denver Broncos a night at Bernie's, So anyway, so we got to do this emergency session. I did supply a video link to Pat Bowlen when he bought the team. And again, I want to go into this mindlessness of today's, I'm not saying all Bronco fans, but these maybe newer Bronco fans, I don't know, who, just cheer on corporations, right? Mindlessly cheer on corporations with that empty-minded stare, like the wheel. Then what happens? You show them this is what ownership is, where the owner really engages and said, look, I'm committed to making this the best. And so when you show them what real ownership is, that wheel, like that color wheel that you get in the computer if you own a Mac, that empty-minded stare. What are they talking about? Because for a lot of these people, it's like, I'm just going to just mindlessly clap on corporations and empty suits and press releases, and with no real commitment to the Denver Broncos we saw. I mean, that's what you brought it up yourself. You brought about how these successful organizations have these family type owners. They have a family type environment. And you want a new stadium, you want shopping malls, business centers, and we're going to be able to host The draft, that's what is important to you. That's not Denver Bronco football. That's all this commercialized bullshit. And I can't see how you can call yourself a fan. You're a fan of corporate America, I guess, but you're certainly not a fan of the team. Just mindlessly put out players just mindlessly dribble crap. Justin Simmons, get rid of the real Von Miller, sell us the fake. Okay, so it does get a little frustrating, with mindless people that haven't contributed to anything. They don't have their own channel. They just sit there and just shovel that garbage right into their mouth and they talk about garbage. You're eating plenty of it, with those 8 other channels that don't have anything to offer. We seem to be ahead of the curve in every aspect. I'm sorry. Go ahead, and I'll let you hit it.
So when it comes to what you just said there, I think you hit every nail on the head of what you were trying to explain to these people. And this goes to my point when it comes to people watching certain news outlets. And I talked to you about this last night.
Any news outlet that's corporate.
Any news outlet that is corporate, and this goes wider than just the Denver Broncos. It's bad for your health. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say on here. You live in your mother's basement, this, that, and the third. Okay, and I mean, what's your point? Are you trying to make yourself look good? Because at the end of the day, I do film review on Jonas Griffith. The 8 channels that you're listening to, don't do that. I
mindlessly listen to
mindlessly, what you were doing. Just tell me how great we are. And then you have this owner or owners, Rob Walton, who I was ahead of the curve on that, and no one wanted to listen to me because I don't have high-tech cameras. I don't have a high-tech system. I just, I'm a guy.
Where's your mic? Right here, with the screen.
Yeah, exactly. Hit the nail on the head. And then you have Tim Patrick that you extended and paid all this money to, who's hurt. And then, you got rid of Trinity Benson last year. Now what you guys are freaking out. You guys want to go get Odell Beckham Jr., who tore his ACL.
Give me a Band-Aid, another Band-Aided name. I see a name. Who's rehabbing?
When you had Trinity Benson last year, who was turning upwards, not downwards.
No, we don't develop at the Denver Broncos. It's Band-Aids. It's names. It's the quick fix. That's cheer that on every day. We don't do what everybody that's successful does. Develop. No.
Good. You hit the nail on the head. We are all about the right now. We're not about building blocks for the future. We are all about right now. And also, I also want to bring this up. I warned you guys that the Denver Broncos and the so-called 8 channels and these new fans, they're shitting their pants right now. They're shitting their pants.
Are you? I don't believe that. That's something I don't believe. I believe that they just think, everything's fine. Okay, we got Russell Wilson.
I like your Mario impression.
Mindlessly doing that.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Mindlessly, Mario imitation was just spot on. I love it. But anyway, what I meant was, we heard me and you, and we've mentioned this in all of our other videos, 3 to 5 Super Bowls minimum, right? And then they retracted that. Yeah, then they retracted it. And then they retracted it and said, "Oh well, we just got to get to the playoffs. We got to take that next step, right?" Because they saw stuff in OTAs and they're seeing stuff in training camp that's making them shit their pants. That's why they're going out to get a Joe Schobert. That's why they're looking at an Odell Beckham Jr. But you have KJ Hamler, who is a great slot receiver, better than Jerry Drops the Doodle Doo Judy. And you brought up the great point, and I'll let you. We talked about this last night about the coverage going to be rolled over to Jerry Jeudy now, not going to be the 3rd best corner. I'll let you explain that because you hit the nail on the head on that. But I'm letting you guys know This is a blessing in disguise for KJ Hamler. Do I trust this organization to use that utilization correctly? No, I don't.
Well, it's
Go
just
ahead.
really simple. It's just really simple. You have the wide receiver tree, right? So, it's in levels, and you now have an injured Patrick that you spent all that money on. But injuries happen. Okay, they happen. And now you move up, drops the doodle Judy up that route tree. But you also, what you have is coverage trees too. You have coverage trees.
Mm-hmm.
And we showed a film that nobody wants to, in the mindless clapping. Yeah, just tell me what the I can't think for myself. You provide video so they can see for their own eyes, which it's don't, la 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 la. They don't want to see, but you showed and you provided film where a guy named Bates, a safety that they say is so horrible, literally neutralized Judy single-handedly. Literally neutralized him. And Judy was so bad that last year, or was the year before, maybe it was the year when we played the Titans. Okay.
Yep. His first year.
His first year, they just said, "Get the fuck off the field," because they're sick of that shit. Something that I think Bronco fans should maybe take a cue on until we can actually get something that'll actually work around here. Yeah, they're going to go on and on about Judy. I guess it's a good thing that they overhyped him, right? Like we said they were going to do. We predicted that too. That we talked about. This was a part of the selling the fake, and Judy's going to now get harder, more seasoned coverage players that he has to go up against. They'll never mention that. They're just going to go, the next level, the next level. Well, he's got even a more monumental task ahead of him. But I think Hamler's key. I think that instead of sitting there obsessing on drops of doodle Judy, I think people really should discuss and look to Cortland Sutton as being the savior. I mean, that's the thing that's really hinging right now. And how has he progressed from his injury, rehabbing season?
2 years. Tim Patrick. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and so I'm just saying that now these people, want another Band-Aid, another quick fix, not thinking, of course, because they don't think. They're told what to think about Beckham Jr. And the fact that he's rehabbing. So why would you? I would take Trinity Benson over that guy, a guy that's needs a season to rehab. Why would you bring him in? Oh, you don't think. That's why. That's why you would do that. And of course, I'm actually talking to Dove Valley because that's just the kind of crap that you'd expect. At the top, John Elway. There's what we didn't get into too. We were ahead of the curve on this, and we'll get into it later. This ownership. I don't want to even go into that, but let's stick with the wide receiver thing.
Oh no! You hit the nail on the head with the whole situation with Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, and KJ Hamler. The reason why I'm upset about it is because it's going to take 2 years for Tim Patrick to get fully back to his old self.
Who knows what'll happen in 2 years? He may even get replaced and all that money again. What's
all that dead cap?
So Elway.
Yeah, it's so Elway. It's not that I don't like Tim Patrick. Can Tim Patrick get better in a few areas in this receiving core and Cortland Sutton? Yes, they need to stop stopping on routes. Because when I look at the film review, that's what you clearly see on film. That's obvious. If you don't want to look at that, then I don't know how to help you. You can go watch the highlight reels and those, songs in the background that make him look good. I'm not going to do that. But stick with a whole wide receiver situation because I think it's an interesting conversation to have. You got rid of Trinity Benson for what? For a late round draft pick that you used on God knows who. And then on top of that, Trinity Benson was an up-and-coming receiver. Now you look at it a year later, you wish you had Trinity Benson on the roster now, didn't you? You wish now.
I think you forgot about even who he is. Trinity.
Well, they don't care. The Dove Valley doesn't care.
Oh, yeah. Judy, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Justin Simmons talking to, oh man. Whatever.
Sell me the fake. Yeah, sell me the fake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely right. And I think you hit the nail on the head. I think the key is Cortland Sutton, but the key that I'm looking at is KJ Hamler because I know how dangerous he can be in the slot. I believe Russell Wilson will be able to utilize. I think, to be perfectly honest with you, I believe KJ Hamler is a better slot receiver than Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, but by far, by far.
And I think, in my personal opinion, I think Russell Wilson is gonna salivate in that just because he can be his savior in the middle of the field. If Russell Wilson takes those chances in the middle of the field, because on the film review he likes to take the chances outside the numbers, and we've seen that throughout his.
Here come the PIs. Here come the PIs. Here come the bogus PIs. Tom Brady, the bogus PIs. Maybe a tuck rule in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think you're going to get that a lot this year. Is a lot of bogus calls, and you're going to have, just like last year when the Browns game, when Garrett Bowles was clotheslining people, you're going to have those fans that get pissed off.
Well, you're going to have the refs. You know, I don't see anything. I don't see. Bowles, you're so great.
I agree. What I meant earlier with that whole shitting their pants, I was talking about. You know, you're not hearing anything from Nick Burrito, Draymond Jones, all these people because they're seeing it. Dulcet. Well, he's hurt, you know. Right? You know, he again, whatever. This is top 5 team, a top 5 unit, top 5 defense.
Yeah, I would say at least
highlight reels.
Say at least top 5. At least top 5.
Well, the top 5 defense, and then I send you a highlights of training camp day 6 or whatever, and they're getting thrown on like it's just butter. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, give me a break. This ain't gonna be a top 5 defense. No way.
At least top 5. At least top.
How's the middle of the defense looking too? Could you imagine?
Ooh.
Yeah, this organization and this ownership isn't in the world of development. It's in the world of PR and spin. And it's going to continue with Rob Walton, and we'll get into that in the next video.
Yeah. No, we'll get into it now. Rob who? Who is this Rob Walton? Who is he? I've never seen him. I've heard there's a press release from some guy, you know. I provide a video. Pat Bowlen was the very first week right after he was there sitting down saying, "Man, I'm committed." I was, but this guy, this supposed owner, all you hear is press releases. Oh, we got another guy going to run in the kitchen. We got another guy, a gal now. She's in the kitchen. We got a race car driver from Europe who's really knows winning. Okay, go. Oh, wait a second. My mind looks like, because I can't think for myself. Thank you for thinking for me. You were right. You said this whole thing looks like a disaster waiting to happen. You know, it looks like it's a perfect storm of bad. You know, you're not going to get the Hines, from or Kraft or
the Rooney
or Cholula.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Roonies, yeah. And you're not going to get any of those condiments. You're going to get a shit sandwich with some hard liquors, which you're going to get.
Yeah, you sent me a thing on Pat Bowlen, and I appreciate. I watched that thing like 3 to 5 times. It was so refreshing watching a guy who actually gets it and appreciates what he has.
Who actually gives a shit?
And you have Rob Walton. Oh, let's go get a 7-time Olympian in race car driving because he knows winning. Let's go get,
Condoleezza Rice.
And I told you this. I think this team is going to be the same under Rob Walton. Just it's not going to be as wide open like it was under Elway with the PR stuff. It's going to be more onion layers.
PR gone wild. But I want to put my conspiracy theory out there on John Elway and Rob Walton. I believe Rob Walton did offer. I mean, I'm surprised he's not on the street corner offering everybody to ante up to be a partner. You know, I believe he did offer John Elway, but John Elway's ego is so large you can't fit it into Dove Valley. It's even larger than Mike Shanahan's, but. John Elway's ego is so large, he knows he's just going to be a drowning voice in a sea of voices, that are being brought in, and he's not going to have he's not going to be the big fish in the little pond anymore. So I think that you're right. I think that this is his swan song out of here. I think you're right.
Yep. I unfortunately, this is the route that the Denver Broncos took. This is one of the worst ownership transitions I've ever seen from any sports franchise over the years.
Yeah.
And the Denver Broncos and their prototypical PR stunt team and their PR, and I'm listening to Pat Bowlen's, and I just have to go back because it was just such a masterpiece watching this. And this is the type of stuff I appreciate. When he's up there, like you said, explaining, I give a shit, and like not literally, but he's figuratively, explaining it in a way that's understandable for the Bronco fans to accept the message, where we're never going to have anything like that again, and it sucks. It really sucks, and it just.
That's why I wish it just would have been so nice if Beth Bowen
Wallace.
Because and I'm going to say, why do I like her? Because she knows the bullshit that's going on. She was going to put an end to it. Brittany, on the other hand, was just going to be a part of it and to keep that going. But it's probably going to get worse before it ever gets better under this corporate, disgusting.
It's like Walmart. You got your corporate levels.
Well, here's the thing. Funny is they don't ask race car drivers to dictate to them what winning is as far as running a Walmart. That's the bad part. It's just like
I don't think Walton knows what he's doing.
This is an ownership of press release. Like I said, I don't even know who this guy is. He didn't go in front of the camera like Pat Bowlen did.
Also, you, sorry to interrupt you. I'll let you get back on that roll. Who's Penner too? Walton and Penner, right? That was the big focus, right? Who's Penner?
Yeah.
We want to talk about Walton. Who the hell's Penner? Who the hell is all these other people? Like, if you're gonna have I want to have a press conference just like you do with the coach, head coach. See, I want something like that where it gives me some ease and comfort, but we're not going to get that. We are not going to get that. And you're absolutely right.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a fuck about Penner. I want the guy that owns the team, the majority owner, to come out and show he actually gives a shit. He's again, he's taken a page from John Elway. He's just hiding behind every onion
layers.
Yeah. We've seen this. And of course, since a lot of these people can't think, they don't have two brain cells, actually step back and look at the bigger picture, and start putting that gray matter to work and say, wait a minute. Because you know what? They forgot all about what made this team so great. Besides John Elway, Pat Bowlen was the engine behind it all. They're so far removed, and there's so many corporate cheerleaders now.
I don't think they're so far removed. I just don't think they want to go back to that anymore. They don't want to accept the facts.
Culture, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
I don't think they want to go back to that. And most of these fans now are they're fake.
Hype-driven.
They're fake.
They're hype-driven.
You got Cowboy beat writers, you got Colt beat writers, you got Locked On Broncos that likes his mac and cheese.
Locked on narrative, yeah.
And then you got the bubble narrative, and then you got the Sparking Broncos narrative and all that stuff. So
yeah, you just got this whole spin doctoring going on. Yeah, that's what matters now. Just make me feel good. Yeah, we're gonna insult your intelligence because guess what? You can't think.
You come on here and insult my intelligence, so why can't I do that? And oh, by the way, I that comment that I sent you, it got shadow banned. I did not remove that comment. I don't remove comments.
Well, that's weird. Yeah, I couldn't see it. So
I got to put that on BitChute.
Commentor. I was going to comment. Colby didn't remove it, and
I didn't.
It was ThemTube who removed it. That's YouTube for the non-thinkers.
So I'll put it on my BitChute channel, and we can continue this conversation if you would like to.
Yeah. You out there who say we're hiding in our parents' basement, all that. So yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah, I got another.
I've heard that for 6 years now. So
well, yeah, another non-thinker, another I know it.
Come on here, then slink away.
Yeah, slink away, exactly. Yeah.
I'm done wasting my time with these people. My focus is now towards the organization, the head of the snake himself. I'm geared up and ready to go because this is ridiculous. I'm not going to put up with this. If you're not going to take this team seriously, I'm still going to be here holding, even if it's Walton, and I'm holding you guys accountable. I don't care. You guys are going to be held accountable. If you guys want to get me, if you guys want to shadow ban me and all that, go right ahead. I'm still going to come on here and do my thing. So I'll still put out film. I'll still be constructive and, detailed in my film reviews. And you guys ain't going to take me down because I ain't giving you guys that opportunity again. Not going to happen.
No.
So
No. You, like I said, you really
film
get
reviews. Film reviews are my bread and butter. And it's funny that I do with Jonas Griffith and everybody's like,
well, you would think that they would be interested in Jonas Griffith. You'd think they would.
I'm actually praising the dude.
Well, that doesn't matter. You're not following the narrative. You're not following you're not being a good little,
Soldier.
a good little soldier. Yeah. And, goose stepping, we're going to goose step ourselves right into the playoffs,
It's just like our society now. Just follow in line with the narrative.
But shut the brain off. Let somebody else do the thinking. Okay.
It's bad for my health, but I'll still want it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't step back and actually process. Those are dangerous people. So anyway, yes, we're gonna have to wrap this up in a few minutes. Is there anything else that you got? We're just a little frustrated. Every day's another rotten mess, and obviously the the drool. What are these guys talking about? They're speaking a foreign language, and it's not nice.
It's Martian.
Yeah, it's cursing. It's cursing in Martian.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Well, like I said to Russell Wilson, I said, man, you're in the shit. You're in a shit show.
I also want to acknowledge you because you brought this up even before I did this whole Walton situation. I think you hit something on the head here that no one is talking about except for us and a few fans. You had a fan that come in on here, not the one that said we were talking about consistently, but you had a fan come on here and he's like, "Oh yeah, like you hit the point on the head. Like, where is this guy? Like on your video?" And it's just like,
we were talking about the PR spin machine, the spin cycle machine. You know what? I wanted to say this too. It's disgusting because here you got these whores, these prostitutes. I'm going to call them that. I'm going to call you that. You're looking at sucking on that Walmart tit. Just man, maybe, yeah.
Get that Walmart money.
Yeah, Walmart. Yeah. Rob Walton's not going to come out like Pat Bolin did and say, "No, I am going to be the spokesperson, not you, PR spin machine." I'll lay the law down with the people that I'm surrounded with. No, you already have hiding behind press releases, and those people, those lapdogs, are just like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to get into that Walmart money," and I'll just tell you that we're looking at 5 Super Bowls. That's going to work, I guess, until this whole experiment fails. Then you're stuck with trying to actually bring some real reality, some real world crap to this whole situation. But we've been providing that. That's why we're hated. People want the fairy tale. And we're said, there is no fairy tale here. You're being duped. Oh, you're evil. Okay. Don't keep walking. You're going to fall off that cliff. Don't keep walking. You're going to fall. Yeah, I know I'm evil. Don't stop. If you stop, you won't fall. Oh, too late. Tried to help them, but they decided to just keep walking right off that cliff.
Oh, these prostitutes have one thing in common. Their ego's so high like Elway's that's why Elway loves them, and that's why I believe Walton will love him too. He ain't going to do anything. Rob Walton is just, oh, I got a sport. Like we said, oh, I have a sports team. Oh, okay. Let's just rebuild the stadium. Let's not worry about the success on the field. Yep. That's why
what is that? Oh yeah, I own that, don't I? Oh yeah, that's right.
So let me just chill out this Walmart money and let me go get a 7-time Olympian sports driver because he knows everything about winning.
From Europe,
From
just like
Europe.
from England. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. Way to dial in this NFL. Yeah. Tally ho. Yeah.
That's the difference between him and Bolton. Bolton surrounded himself by people that actually understood football, not Walton.
Well, yeah. Well, and believe me, there was no PR machine with Pat Bowling. You got you got reality with some hard liquor.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree.
But anything else?
Nope. I know you got to run, so.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Alrighty.
Okay, we'll see. I think 2 weeks from now ish. 2 weeks
Yep.
from now ish. Yeah. Yeah. Keep putting out
I'll,
video. Keep putting out video.
I'll keep you updated behind the scenes what's going on with the Cowboys. I'll send you stuff so whenever you get the time you can see it, and I'll send you stuff.
I'll send you voice messages, and you can kind of relay that in your video. Well, this is kind of what I'm saying. And then what we'll do is we'll recap all that when I get back.
We'll do.
All right.
Good.
All right. Take care.
You too.
All right, bye bye.